Hello friends, my name is Meena and I am assistant professor at Try University. Today we are going to study the topic constitutional law of India, and in that we are going to study emergency provisions. Today we are going to study in emergency provisions what is emergency or types of emergency, and in types of emergency we are going to study national emergency, state emergency and financial emergency. Emergency is one of the chief characteristic of Indian Constitution. When there are federal government and federal principles might destroy in the time of emergency, and it is one of the merit of the Constitution. Types of emergency: national emergency, state emergency and financial emergency. National emergency. So, national emergency defined under Article 352 of the Indian Constitution. What is national emergency? If the president is satisfied that the security of India or the part of India is threatened due to why? Due to the war, external aggression and armed rebellion, then the president can proclaim the national emergency. This case law we are going to study in the case of Minreva Mills versus Union of India, AR 1980. Supreme Court held that this is no bar to judicial review of the validity of the proclamation of emergency issued by the president under Article 352(1). However, court's power is limited only to examining whether the limitation conferred by the Constitution have been observed or not. It can check if the satisfaction of the president valid or not. If the satisfaction is based on the malified or absurd or irrelevant grounds, it is not satisfaction at all. So, in this Minreva Mills versus Union of India, the court has said that if the president's satisfaction is based on the malified or absurd or irrelevant grounds, then it will not called as a satisfaction for proclamation of emergency. Duration of emergency. So, for how much time emergency will be into operation. So, we are going to see prior to 44th amendment, duration of emergency was 2 months initially, and then after approval by the House it would continue finitely until ended by another proclamation. However, after 44th amendment, the period reduced to 1 month and then 6 months after the approval. Territorial extent of proclamation. So, in which territory the president can proclaim the emergency. So, respect of the whole of India. The president can proclaim emergency for the whole of India or part of the territory as may be specified. If there are president can declare emergency for the part only, for part as well. If there is only internal aggression or armed rebellion or war has occurred in one state, so president can declare proclamation for that particular territory only, not for the whole state. But if it is, if this kind of a situation occurs in the whole part of the India, then president can proclaim emergency for the whole part of India. And when president wants to, if the situation came as it was, or the situation becomes if situation becomes normal, then the president can revoke the emergency. If the situation becomes normal for the part of the territory, then the president can revoke emergency for that part only. And if the situation becomes normal in the whole part of India or whole territory in the India, then the president can revoke that emergency for the whole part of India. Effects of proclamation of emergency. What are the effects when the president will proclaim the emergency? The following are the effects arising out of the proclamation of emergency in Article 352 and 353. Article 352 and Article 352 deals with the effects of the proclamation of emergency. Executive power of the Union shall extend to giving directions to any state. Execution's power will extend to giving directions to any state. Otherwise, execute cannot give directions to any state. But while the emergency will be in operation, execution's power will be extended. That is one of the effect of the proclamation of emergency. Otherwise, executive power will not, executive cannot give directions to any state. Parliament will get power to make laws on subjects that are not in union list. So Parliament will get power to make laws on the subject that are not in a union list. Parliament can make laws on the on the subjects of union list, though they are not otherwise they are not authorized to do authorized to make any rules or regulation or laws on union list. But at the time of emergency, they are having rights, they are having the authority to make laws on subject that are under in the union list. Effects while proclamation of, we have seen the effects of emergency. Now we are going to see the effects while the proclamation of emergency, which means that emergency is going on, or in other words, emergency is going is in operation. So let's see what are the effects of proclamation of emergency. While proclamation of emergency, the state shall not be limited by Article 19. The Article 19 will not, the state shall not be limited by Article 19. Article 19 will get suspended at the time of emergency. Government may make laws that transgress upon the freedom given under Article 19 during such an emergency. However, such a law will cease to have effect as soon as emergency will end. As I have said, Article 19 will get suspended at the time of emergency, but as soon as the emergency will cease, the Article 19 will have effect as soon as emergency will end. It also says that any acts done or omitted to be done under the provision cannot be challenged in the courts after the end of emergency. Any act done or omitted at the time of emergency, one cannot sue after the emergency, after ceasing the emergency. Or in other words, we can say that if some act has done that was wrong and one person wants to sue that person, but in the time of emergency that person cannot sue, but after emergency also he cannot sue in national emergency. There is again one case, MM Pathak versus Union of India, AIR 1978. In this case, Supreme Court held that the rights granted by 14 to 19 are not suspended during the emergency, but only their operation is suspended. This means that as soon as emergency is over, the rights transgressed by the law will revive and can be enforced. So what Supreme Court held that MM Pathak versus Union of India? The court said that the Article 14 to 19, the rights given under Article 14 to 19 will not suspend during the time of emergency, but only their operation will suspend. This means that as soon as the emergency will over, rights transgressed by the law will revive and can be enforced. Article 83(2) says that while the proclamation is in operation, the President may extend the normal life of Lok Sabha by 1 year, and each time up to the period not exceeding beyond 6 months after proclamation ceases to exist. State emergency. We have seen now we have seen the national emergency. Now we are going to see state emergency. State emergency. There is a one rule, duty of the union to protect states. Union has a duty to protect states because union has a lot power than states. So first duty of union is to protect state from internal disturbance and external aggression, and the second duty is to see that the government of every state is carried on in accordance with the provisions of the constitution. These both duties are done by the union to protect the state. Then when the state emergency will come into picture. Article 356 defines the state emergency, and Article 356 says that upon the report of the governor of a state, the President is satisfied If the on the report of the governor, if the president is satisfied that the government of a state cannot function according to the provisions of the constitution, there are the three points included in this provision. The first is upon the report of the governor. Second one is the president is satisfied that the government that the president is satisfied, and the third is the state cannot function to the provision of the constitution. Okay, and under that there are 3 or 4 points. Let's see. The first one is he may by proclamation assume to himself or any of the functions of the government or all any of the powers vested in the governor. So in that situation, if the governor reports to the president and if president satisfied that the state cannot function according to the provisions of the constitution, president by proclamation proclamation of emergency assume himself to all or any of the functions of the government. President can assume himself all or any of the functions of the government. He can consider himself as a legislature, executive as well as judiciary, or all any of the powers vested in the governor, or he can assume all any of the powers vested in the governor. B, or anybody or any authority in state except the legislature of the state, or anybody or any authority in the state. He can delegate his power to any authority of the state except legislature of the state. The powers of the legislature of the state shall be exercised by the authority of the parliament. The power of the legislature of the state shall be exercised by the authority of the parliament. The powers of the legislature will be executed by any of the authority which will be appointed by the president. And the next point, under this article, president can also make such a incidental and consequential provisions which are necessary to give effect to the objectives of the proclamation. This includes suspension of any provisions of this constitution relating to anybody or authority in the state. Regarding this, president can suspend any of the provisions under the Indian constitution which gives objectives of the proclamation. The next point is, however, this article does not authorize the president to assume the powers vested in the High Court. This is saying that however, this article does not authorize the president to assume the powers vested in the High Court, as well as we have seen that in this provision that president can assume powers of governmental organization, but later on they have given the exception that they cannot authorize the president to assume the powers vested in the high courts. I mean, the president cannot he cannot assume that he has the powers of the high court. Article 357 provides that in case of a proclamation under Article 356, in this, Parliament can confer upon the president the power of legislature of the state to make laws, or the power to delegate the powers to make laws to anybody else. Parliament can confer upon the president the power of legislature. Parliament can confer upon the president the power of legislature of the state to make or the power to delegate to make laws to anybody else. Parliament can confer right to make laws, president make laws, or the powers to delegate the powers to the make laws to anybody else. The parliament or the president can confer power to impose duties on the union or union officers or union authorities. Parliament can confer duties on union or union officers or union authorities. President can authorize the expenditure from the consolidated fund of the state pending sanction of such expenditure by the parliament. Case law. So there is a one case laws of state emergency. President's rule in Goa on July 30, 1998. In Goa, 13 July 1998, the state emergency has been proclaimed by the president on the report of the governor. due to defection of 10 MLAs, president rule was imposed. There are difference between the state emergency and national emergency, which is given under the case of Makhan Singh versus State of Punjab, AR 1964 Supreme Court. According to this, Article 358 stands for national emergency and Article 359 stands for state emergency. So what is the difference? Let's see. Freedom given by Article 19 are suspended. In a national emergency, the freedom given under 19 will get suspended, and Article 359 fundamental rights will not get suspended. Here any action done or omitted to be done cannot be challenged even after emergency, but here the situation is any action done by the legislature or executive can be challenged after the suspension. Article 19 is suspended for the period of emergency. Right to move courts suspended for the period of emergency, and here effective all over the country, and here may be confined to an area because it is state emergency. Now the last but not the least, financial emergency. What is the financial emergency? If the president is satisfied that a situation has arisen whereby the financial security of India or the credit of India or any part of India is threatened, he may make a declaration to that effect. Under such a situation, the executive and the legislature power will go to the center. In this financial emergency, the executive and legislative powers will go to the center. This article has been never invoked. Duration of emergency. Duration of emergency. This emergency will cease to be in operation at the expiry of 2 months unless approved by both the houses. If it is approved by both the houses, if the financial emergency will come into will cease after the expiry of 2 months if it is not approved by the both the houses of parliament. Changes made by the 44th amendment. The first one is 44th amendment substantially altered the emergency provisions of the constitution to ensure that it is not abused by the executive as done by Indira Gandhi in 1975. It also restored certain changes that were done by 42nd amendment. The following are the important points of this amendment. Once there was emergency declared by Indira Gandhi, and it was in that emergency Indira Gandhi hadn't taken consent of cabinet. So it should not happen again. For that purpose some amendment has done, and in 44th amendment there are few amendments we are going to see. First, the internal disturbance was replaced by the armed rebellion under Article 352. The second amendment was the decision of proclamation of emergency must be communicated by the cabinet in the writing. As I have just said, in case of Indira Gandhi, she had not taken consent of any of her cabinet members. So due to that they have amended one provision. In that the provision amendment is saying that decision of proclamation of emergency must be communicated by the government, communicated by the cabinet in writing. The next amendment, proclamation of emergency must be by the houses within 1 month. The consent it should be approved by both the houses within 1 month. To continue emergency, it must be reapproved by the houses every 6 months. In every 6 months, if president wants to continue the emergency, he has to reapprove the proclamation of emergency by both the houses in every 6 months. The next amendment is emergency can be revoked by passing resolution to that effect by a simple majority of the houses present and voting. 1/10 of the members of the house can move such a resolution. And the next amendment is Article 358. Under this article, Article 19 will be suspended only upon a war and external aggression and not upon armed rebellion. So Article 19 will get suspended only on war and external aggression and not on armed rebellion. And the next amendment is Article 359. Under this article, suspension of right to move courts for violation of part will not include Article 20 and 21. We are going to see, we are going to take a short look of articles and description and type of emergency. So first, Article 352, national emergency, proclamation on the ground of war or external aggression or armed rebellion. Article 356, state emergency, proclamation on the ground that the constitutional machinery has broken down in a state. Article 365, state emergency, proclamation on the ground that a particular state has failed to follow the directions of the center. Fourth, Article 360, financial emergency, proclaimed on the ground that there is a threat to the financial stability or credit of India. Thank you.